too much yell. The secret to belting is that oh my gosh, so you can feel your ears. Hey singers! Welcome back to another episode of The Playful Voice. I'm Weira.
And I'm Megan. We're vocal coaches with two very different specialties.
I focus on vocal technique.
And I focus on vocal performance and stage work.
Wicked for Good just came out last month, and so we thought it might be a perfect time to revisit Defying Gravity, both Idina Menzel's version and Cynthia Erivo's version. Woo! And see how both of them tackle this song.
Well, it's one heck of a song. So we'll be comparing Cynthia and Idina's performative and vocal differences.
But disclaimer, this video is purely educational, and so we're not trying to bring anyone down, if you know what I mean.
This is all our humble opinion. So if you have any different takes, please let us know in the comments below.
But please keep it respectful, okay guys? No fighting.
Yeah, we are a respectful community.
All right, so let's kick it off. We're gonna first take a look at the verse, and let's start with the OG Idina Menzel. All right.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave.
Okay,
it's time
cool.
to
Nice.
try to
All right, let's compare it to Cynthia's version. Okay.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game.
Damn.
Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time
tempo slower.
to trust.
Like way slower.
Yes.
Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try.
Wow. Obviously, it is hard to compare them both because one is singing on a Broadway stage and one is singing as like a showcase performance.
Yeah, like
so it is hard to compare. Each has different purposes, right? But what are you hearing just from a performance perspective?
Okay, from a performance perspective, I mean, both of them are tackling every note like with a lot of care. You can hear like that precision and that, like they're so careful when they're singing to sleep and leave. Like the way that they enter into those notes, they're very delicate with that, and they're very skillful in doing that. But I think right now, listening to these at different tempos as well, I feel like Cynthia's one sounds more dramatic actually with the tempo. Yeah. I don't know, what do you think?
It does sound more...
Like perhaps dramatic isn't the word. What would be a good word to describe it?
I have a word in mind, but I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, like
It's
you
like
get what I'm
introspection.
Yeah.
Cynthia's more like looking inside.
Yeah.
Idina's,
it's
you
like
know,
she's telling.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I think that's the word, introspection.
Introspection? Oh my gosh, that took a while to find.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at English.
Second language.
But she has the benefit of a microphone.
Yes.
So she can do very quiet volumes, whereas
Exactly.
Idina can't do something has changed.
Like,
I mean, she has a mic there, but she's also on stage and she has to not necessarily project to the back because you don't need to do that in Broadway, but you still need to be very clear and like, you know, very, what do you call it? Like declaratory? Is that the word? How do you pronounce it? Yeah, declaratory. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, declaring. Yeah. Whereas Cynthia's more like introspection. Okay, nice. All right, so obviously we can't take a look at all the songs, so we're going to skip ahead. And yeah, we're going to look at the unlimited part. So let's...
unlimited. Together we're unlimited. Together we'll be the greatest team there's ever been.
Okay, cool. Nice. Now both of them have a lot of twang.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. Okay.
Unlimited. Together we're unlimited. Together we'll be the greatest team there's ever been. Glinda.
Just from there, like her E's are a lot more rounder. It's not dark by any means, but she's not doing like Linda. Yeah, exactly, right. It's never
Linda in comparison to Linda.
Yeah, you're right. Nice.
Yeah.
And actually that one, the second one, it cuts more in the theater, which is probably why the Broadway, Broadway singers have this kind of infamousy for being like super twangy and right, but it also has a purpose to cut through the theater without a lot of effort, because you can make a really cutting sound without much effort. Like if I do this, oh my gosh, so you can feel your ears like, and I'm not using much effort, I'm just applying some twang.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Cynthia here's making this beautiful balanced tone, which is very, very stark contrast to Idina's.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Weira. If you like this kind of content, there's tons more coming your way, so please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Anyway, back to the video. Peace.
The way we planned on.
If we work in tandem,
There's no fight we cannot win. Just you and I, defying gravity. With you and I, defying gravity. They'll never bring us down.
And the harmonies are more, it's less like jarring,
Yeah.
whereas both of them are like, and so this part I feel like they were just thinking of singing more controlled.
Yeah.
it's me! So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly and live on.
So that was actually when it was appropriate. This kind
Fly!
of, but as you can hear, there was like too much yell,
Yeah.
where everything became which, by the way, the secret to belting is that yes, it needs to be yelly for it to sound belty. Like that's part of the belting sound, right? It is like a yell, but go too far and it sounds like there is still you still need some finesse and control in belting. You need that finesse and control in belting, or else it would just be like a full-on yell, which I believe is what she's doing. And sometimes I also can't blame these people because there's so much adrenaline, and you're just like, you can't. And that just takes a lot of experience to be able to like yell just the right amount.
Yes.
And you'll realize that if you're singing many shows, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can yell like this all the time, 8 shows a week. So I would have to like just instead of maybe that, I'm gonna go like less wide, less volume. But yes, you keep the yell, but just not that much. So maybe from like yay to like a hey, like that's already much more sustainable.
Yeah. But like you said, when the adrenaline comes in, right? Perhaps they're not thinking that much on let's control this. It's just
it's just like yell, So that is that was, you can hear you can even see it on her. She's like it's like that.
Yeah, and honestly, by this part of the show, she's probably really tired. So she can't probably
this
not
was just
all
end of Act 1.
Yeah, I know, but like with the amount of songs and like
it's just like, oh no, I'm just halfway there.
Yeah, let me just get it over with.
Yeah. But okay, well, let's skip ahead first. Let's look at how Cynthia does it.
So if you care to find me to the western sky, as someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if
So
I'm
that
flying,
I think Cynthia has really mastery over belting. I think she really knows how much to put in.
Like it's just the right amount.
Right? It still sounds exciting and belty, but it never feels out of control.
Yeah, and I think for the fact that she doesn't have to reach the end of the theater, like her voice to cut through, right?
Yeah,
Actually, she has the opportunity to make the fly a lot more dramatic. Like, fly! Like she has in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you really feel her heart there
Yeah.
when she's saying that in comparison to Idina's fly!
Hands to fly.
So with belting, you have strength and flexibility. Strength, you have like raising the larynx. You have spreading the vowels, widening the lips, dropping the jaw. The strongest you can go is Idina Menzel, where she's like, yeah! Right? And you can also go super flexible, but if you go too far, it just won't sound like a belt anymore. Right? So you need to pick what kind of strengths, but also what kind of flexibility. So if you took a look at Cynthia's, like,
Has someone told me to the west?
so if you see that, let's see again.
So if you care to find me,
So she is spreading a little bit, but look at how small her embouchure, her mouth, is compared to Idina, where she's like as big as it can go, right? So she's keeping it there, right?
to the western sky.
But there, yeah, again, she opens sky, but it's never sky.
Yeah, it's
that.
not as wide as Idina's.
Yeah, yeah.
Has someone told me lately?
Beautiful.
Every
So again, she has a bit of this, but it's never 100%. It's like 60%, and it's enough. You know, it's enough to make it exciting.
So, we covered a lot of things in this video today.
If you want to learn more about vocal performance and how to level up your singing, we have a free 30-minute workshop linked in the description below. So click there and
We'll see you there.
yeah.
So for you belters out there, you know, that's something you want to think about. Like, how much yell will you put? Usually it's not, it's always, almost always never everything. Don't put everything you have. Always put like 60% maybe of what you have. Which, by the way, is interesting because when you learn to belt, when I teach students how to belt, I always go, what's your full yell first? I need to know what, like, everything is. And then we go, okay, so that's a full yell. So then we control it. So that's also the funny thing about belting. In order to train belting, you need to be able to just yell first. Some people don't know how to yell. They're like, like, is that really yelling? You know?
Yeah, I think we all know a person that thinks that they can yell, and then when they do, it's like a squeaking,
You know,
squeaking squirrel.
I'm flying high, defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in ring now.
So in my, just from a vocal technique ear, that would not be considered a sustainable sound that you want to be doing every single night.
Yeah, I
Especially
think
with
even
the
to a
high
listener.
larynx. Yeah, you can hear how squeezed and over compressed it is. It's like, wow.
Yeah, she's really squeezing all those notes out. Like,
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is. So I wouldn't recommend that, but I'll give it that. It is very raw. It's like you can feel the character too. It's like, oh my gosh, like she's good. She's owning the world.
yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Is ever gonna bring me
Damn. Yeah. That's all of it. And let's hear Cynthia's, shall we?
He's ever gonna bring me down.
See, so she's adding a lot more yell, you know?
Yeah.
You can see it. Yeah.
The cheers are too loud, we can't even hear her.
Wow.
And you can hear it, right? She's like holding 60% earlier on, and then like she
Yeah,
just
she
boom.
cranks it. She cranks
Yeah,
it.
you
But
can
you can
hear
still
it.
hear that she's always like, she never lets herself slip. She's always like some part of her is in control.
Yeah.
But it just sounds so exciting too. That's I think the secret of really the singers who have the greatest control can make it sound like they're just going, but a part of them is just actually just keeping like, okay, I'm just not going to yell, like yell fully.
Yeah.
This was textbook, like really, really awesome belting.
Yeah, but I think like, you know, again, these are two very different contexts, right? One is the theater production, one is, you know, here at the Oscars.
Yeah.
And Idina has to tackle so many things at the same time, like someone who's acting while singing in comparison to just focus fully into singing. Right. So that amount of control, like, it also depends on the mental space that you have. Yeah, I think I would put that in as a comment.
So, who sang it better?
Don't cancel us, guys. It's just a humble opinion.
It's hard to compare because they're both in different scenarios.
That's the thing.
Right, but if I were to say just from a purely vocal technique perspective, Cynthia definitely takes the cake. Just from a vocal technique standpoint, how she controls her belts and how sustainable it is, how balanced it is, how exciting she can make it sound, but also how controlled it is. Whereas with Idina, I feel like she has less options, where she only has 150%. Like that's just from a technique side. Of course, technique's just one piece of the cake, right? We have on your side. What do you hear, like, the difference between the two performances?
Oof. I mean, again, it's a very contextual thing, because personally, my ears prefer Cynthia. I think because it's not that sharp, it's not as piercing as what Idina is doing. But I think it also depends on, like, I imagine Idina was casted also because her voice carried something that someone else's voice didn't, and it might be like, you know, the whimsical sound that she has. The more like, if she were to speak that way or even sing that way, I think she sounds more witchy, perhaps, in comparison to like Cynthia. Yeah, Cynthia sounds a lot more like she's a powerhouse, definitely, but like less.
Idina has a metallic quality.
Yes, metallic. That's the word.
Which fits her, you know, witch and like outcast thing very well.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Elsa was an outcast with magical powers. Do you realize this?
Wow, coincidence.
I know, right?
I think. Yeah. So like I think like preference, I definitely prefer Cynthia, but I think they each they hold their ground in, like they have their merit in their different contexts that they're performing in.
Yes. So there you have it, folks. Defying Gravity, Idina Menzel versus Cynthia Erivo. What do you think? Who sang it better? Or is that even the right question to ask? Because, maybe we're just doing this for clickbait.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you picked out anything else.
That's it for this video.
Keep on singing.
And we'll see you in the next one.